The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will continue to be without former All-Pro wide receiver Antonio Brown following a 3-game suspension for violating COVID protocols. The defending champs will also be without backup safety Mike Edwards for the same length after the league and players union found they apparently misrepresented their vaccine status. Neither player plans to appeal. So Shannon, was this enough punishment?
No. And I think they got off easy. Skip, I think the thing is that AB is learning the hard way. Every time AB seemingly has gotten into trouble, what? It was because of an unpaid debt. And then somebody go dimes him out. And that's what happened with this chef. The chef, excuse me, not sheriff. Chef is that AB refused to pay what he was owed.
Yep.
And the guy had tried to get AB, AB's significant other had reached out, can you get AB a fake vaccine card?
Yep.
And there was communication. People, stop communicating illegal activity. Now, Skip, in March, the FBI said using or selling fake vaccination cards, COVID-19 cards, is a federal crime.
A felony offense up to 7 years in prison, and I'm all with it, man.
Yes, because you're tampering. It says you cannot tamper with federal seals. There are 2 seals on your vaccine card. One is from the CDC, the other's from the HHS, Health and Human Services.
Yep.
So, AB, he wanted the benefits of playing in it because what did Tampa say? They were the first team to have what, Skip? 100% vaccinated staff and players.
That's what they said.
Now, Tampa Bay.
There were 2, I think, but they were right there, 1, 2.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Them and I think the Falcons was one of the also, Skip. Now, what happened is that Tampa is like, we're not, Skip, if you say, Skip, let me see your driver's license. Somebody's you hand them your driver's license, they're going to assume, okay, that's the real deal. Skip got a California, got a valid Oklahoma, New York, or wherever your valid driver's license from. Okay, that's a valid piece. Skip, I'm not doing no, I'm going to take your serial number down and do all that. That's not what Tampa is trying to win football games. That health and that protocols and all that stuff that these teams are preaching, we're going to let the federal government handle that. We're going to let the CDC, we'll let HHS, we'll let them handle that. You're here to win football games. So he provided documentation that said he had been vaccinated. They sent that to the NFL, AB's vaccinated. Now, Skip, we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers' situation a little later. So I'm not going to bring Aaron Rodgers up in this situation. He has a topic unto himself.
We will talk about that.
We will talk about him. But this is about AB. AB hands over a fake vaccination card, which we'll have never known had he paid his debt. The guy dimed him out, and I told you, I've said this before, you've been hearing me say it since I've been on the air.
Yep.
3 people will generally tell you the truth. Drunks, kids, and angry people.
Yep.
The chef was angry because AD owed him a certain amount of money and refused to pay him. So he says, you know what, I'll get you back. Now, look what it cost you. Instead of paying the man $2,500 or whatever you owed him, it's going to cost you 3 game checks. Now, Tampa's looking at you like, here we go again, AB. We can't trust you. He got off easy because if I'm the NFL, I would have suspended him for the rest of the season. And let me tell you why. Because I believe punishment should be swift, harsh, and a deterrent. I don't want other guys to do this. So now you know that they're not going to do it, Skip. But what if the NFL say, you know what we're going to do? Everybody that turned in vaccination cards, we're going to call up and see if they for real or not. See if the serial number matches the name, because you got to turn your ID in. You got to give them valid ID when you go get that shot in your arm, Skip. I know that's what I had to do. I don't know how they do it in every state, but I know in California, you better show some ID. And
you do.
So with that being said, Skip, I would have given him 8 games. Because I want it to be a deterrent for
the rest of the year.
The rest of the year. Because I want it to be a deterrent. I do not want this. If I'm serious, Skip, if I'm serious about health and safety, if I'm serious about following protocols, if not, I'll do this, give you a little slap on the wrist. And given his history, Skip, I told you I'd be willing to give AB the benefit of the doubt, knowing full well his history says he does not get the benefit of the doubt. He's beyond that now. Anything somebody say about AB, it's hard for somebody to say, nah, I can't see AB doing that. Given his history of what we've seen over the last 3 years, there's not much that someone can say about AB, and people are like, nah, that ain't him. But I would have given his butt 8 games because he lied. He deliberately lied. It's not, Skip, I might, somebody's like, oh, that's Sterling Sharp. I'll play right along with it. As long as I don't give off no information to the police.
Your older brother.
That's my older brother. As long as I don't hand over no legal document that says that's who I am, I'm good. You assumed that I was Sterling. I didn't say I was, and I didn't give you any documentation that said I was Sterling. He misrepresented, Skip. Is that another way of saying lie? that AB passed off fake vaccination card that made people believe that he was vaccinated and carried on about his business.
Okay.
And this is what we're going to get in when we talk about Aaron Rodgers' situation.
Yep.
But I believe the punishment was not stiff enough because I wanted to deter other NFL players from doing this. And I'm not so sure if there's not a lot of other guys that might have passed off some phony information as well.
You very well could be right. Okay, before I launch, to echo everything you just said, Mike Jones, covers the NFL for USA Today, wrote that this was nothing but a 3-game wrist slap, which you just said. And he wrote that if the Bucs really care about sending a strong message of accountability and honesty to the younger members of this football team, they should cut AB right now.
That ain't the kind of message I'm trying to send. I'm trying to send a message that we're trying to win a championship again.
Okay, obviously, as this goes on to say, AB could have exposed a host of teammates to a COVID-19 outbreak that could have shut down Tampa Bay for a week or two. That's where you're heading here. Could you cause somebody to get seriously ill and maybe even die? You could. You certainly could. The conclusion here from USA Today is it's always something with Antonio Brown. It's only a matter of time before he finds a way to screw it up again. The reason he didn't last year is because the quarterback of that team loves him like a little brother and took him under his wing, did Tom Brady, and it worked all year, even though he got banged up and hurt. But when he got right at the end, it worked. Because the quarterback has a connection with him, a rapport, and Antonio will listen to Tom and keep it barely in bounds enough for them to go win the Super Bowl and for him to catch a touchdown pass in said Super Bowl. That was quite an achievement, right? Okay, now here's my mixed emotion about this. ESPN also reports that according to sources, and I don't know the validity of these sources or the credibility of these sources, but they're obviously close to AB, that what actually happened was that he panicked after he acquired the bogus card, the fake card, and when it sank into him, probably from his agent/lawyer, that if you get caught, this is a felony offense, that he panicked and went ahead just as camp was starting, and he got vaccinated. And he said that after all this stuff broke. So I have some mixed emotions. He did dupe his administration into thinking he was vaccinated with the card when he first got to camp.
That was the problem that he ran into, Skip. But when he first turned the card in, was he vaccinated?
No.
Skip, you can't turn the card in and say I'm vaccinated.
I got it.
And then once the guy about to dime you out, let me go get vaccinated.
You could argue that, but he did get vaccinated according to this.
Yes.
And his agent flat out said he got vaccinated, right?
Prior to or after?
Well, after, but before the season started.
Yes.
But you still potentially exposed.
Yeah, but you had already turned the card in and said you was vaccinated at the time.
Okay, so the irony here is that the mantra of the 2020 Buccaneers was beat the virus, that they pulled together as a team. Let's beat it, let's beat it.
Right.
And they were pretty successful at beating it all year long, right? So the other issue here is that according to the NFL, about 80% of players who are vaccinated got vaccinated within the team facility. And I told you the first day that Aaron Rodgers' story broke, why wouldn't every team just say, come in here and do this? Because it's safer here. We can trust it. You can trust it. We know that you actually got vaccinated. And let's let our medical people administer the shot.
I'm with you 1,000%.
Well, why wouldn't you do that just to make sure about it? And I know there's a right to privacy and you should be able to go wherever you want to go to get vaccinated, but it doesn't do your team any good because this is about as serious as business gets.
Skip, I don't know if you've been in, but I've been in locker room. Skip, you go back there and you see a line. Guys about to get a shot in their butt.
Absolutely.
Guys about to get shot in the knees. Guys about to get shot in the shoulder, the ankles. Ain't no right to privacy. I can see you. You see me sitting on the table, getting my knee drained. You see me taking a shot in my butt. You see me taking a shot in my ankle, my ribs, my shoulders. You throw the right to privacy out. But Skip, I noticed something about it. There are a lot of guys that say, man, I don't want that thing in my body that's having surgery. Now, I don't know if have you ever seen anybody have surgery without anesthesia? Have you ever seen surgery?
Not since 1850.
Exactly. Right? So all of a sudden, I don't want that in my body, but if I need a surgery, okay, that's different. Stop it. Researching what's in anesthesia, that medication. You're not. So, Skip, I just, AB, why can't AB stay out of his way? It's not people like, man, y'all got it in for AB. No, AB got it in for AB. Ain't nobody doing this to AB. Pay your debt. All you got to do, all he had to do, Skip, this would have never come to the light of day had AB just forked over $2,500, $3,000. Now, what's it going to cost him? If he's making $4 million, it's probably going to cost him $150,000, $200,000. So for $2,500, you spent $250,000, $300,000. Why, AB? Why you? Plus, you put Tom out there. Yep. Tom vouched for you.
He did.
Skip, that's why.
I agree.
That's why it's hard for you to co-sign. I ain't co-signing for you because basically that's gonna come back on me. It's like, hey, Shannon, you got any friends? No, I don't want no part of that because if it goes awry, you gonna be looking at me sideways. Why you hook me up with that person? No, do it on your own. Don't put Tom in a situation like that. After that man done put his line, he done put his good name on the line for you, you put him out there like this.
And Arians defended him when the chef story broke.
Yes.
Remember, because Arians told the media, we did our due diligence. He did get vaccinated, and I really don't think this is a story, said Bruce Arians when that story broke.
Yes.
Okay, so he kind of put his butt out on the line for you, too.